Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Mama Porsha.
And this young lady just had a baby. Like what, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, actually today's 5 weeks.
5
Wow.
weeks.
She
All
turned
right.
5 weeks today.
Congratulations.
Thank
Porsha Williams
you.
is here. Welcome.
Thank you.
How was
Glad to be here
motherhood?
with y'all. It's wonderful. It is. It was hard leaving her to come up here though.
Oh, you didn't bring her with you?
No,
Okay.
I didn't bring her because she's
Still
so
a
fresh.
baby.
Yeah,
All right.
she's so fresh, and I just left her home with. She's actually home with my mom, my mother-in-law, and my grandmother.
So you must not be breastfeeding.
No, I'm not. It didn't work out for me. I tried.
Couldn't get enough milk out?
I couldn't get enough milk. I just was 1 ounce in and out, and I was like, okay, this is not working.
I saw you said Candy was really helpful when you talked to her about that.
Yeah, because, when I got pregnant, like, my sister is, like, all about breastfeeding. And so I really was like, I can do it or not. It ain't a big deal to me. But once you have the baby and you see the baby, it's like, I want to give you everything that is good for you. And if you can get it from me, even better. And so then I became obsessed with it. So I was texting all the girls, and Candy was like, listen, at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, if she ends up on formula, she will be all right.
She'll be okay,
Still
yeah.
a good mom. And she helped me over that hump because it was really emotional for me.
What did the doctor say? You had to change your diet, or you just?
I tried everything. I had 3 different lactation consultants in the hospital. I had one come to my house, and my baby started dropping weight, because she's getting frustrated. I'm frustrated. And, when you're going between breastfeeding and the formula, breastfeeding-wise, you don't know how much she's getting.
Right.
So when the doctor told me she was dropping weight and they still encouraged me to do it, I was like, I can't do my baby like that.
Yeah.
So I just cried it out and ended up just putting her on formula. And now her weight came back up. She's 8 pounds and 10 ounces. So
Yeah,
gotta do what's
she's
best.
good now, yeah.
it's the opposite in my house. Like my 7-month-old won't take the formula now because she's so used to the breast milk. Yeah.
Well, breast milk is best. Like right now, we had to switch her formula because one of the formulas she was on had her gassy. So, but, it's just all kind of stuff. And it's all new to me. This
Right.
is my
Even
first
baby
child.
farts are cute, though.
Huh?
Baby farts are still
I
cute.
know. And they make the little face. It's like they look so sweet and they just passing gas right in your hand. You like, okay. Like, all right.
Now, was the baby, for some reason, I thought that you were difficult having a baby. So the baby was planned. I don't know why I thought that.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't planned. So this is what it was. Some years ago, about 6 years ago, I had a miscarriage. And I had to have a myomectomy because of it with fibroids, all of that. So I didn't really try again to get pregnant because I wanted with the right dude.
Gotcha.
So when I got with Dennis, I just let everything go. Like, come on, let's just do what we're going to do. We're going to see what happens. And I got pregnant easily. But I still was considered high risk because of my age.
Gotcha.
And because I still had fibroids in there. So, yeah.
How do you know when he's the right dude, though? Like, how are you for sure?
I knew Dennis was the right dude. Number one, our chemistry was just bomb. Like, for me in Atlanta, dating just freaking sucked. Like, it was.
Why?
It
Because
was
a lot
just
of gay men? Oh.
Not even gay, because hell, most of them don't tell you if they're gay.
Oh.
So really, it was, you don't know what you're dealing with. It was just, I just wasn't vibing with nobody. So I got to the point where I was like, fuck it, I don't want, not fuck it, excuse me.
You say fuck it? Go ahead. Express yourself,
cursing
Porsha.
That's how I talk.
Mama cursing now?
I curse a lot. It's how I express myself.
Oh, my God.
So I was like, I told my mom, I had just told mom, I was like, Mom, I'm done. I'm just enjoying my career. I'm enjoying my friends and family. I'm not worried about a dude. And I told him, I said, but if I meet somebody with the right chemistry, and he was named, at the time I was calling him McKinley. We went out, and as soon as we got together at lunch, I was like, this is the vibe. Like, I'm from Decatur, and we know if we vibe with someone immediately.
You're an energy person.
The energy person. And so we vibed. We stayed together that whole day, night, everything. And we were like together like glue.
Why'd you call him McKinley?
Because that's what everybody calls him. So, but when he told me his mom called him Dennis, then I started calling him Dennis, because
Got
I
you.
want to be special.
How did y'all meet?
We met at his club, actually. He had a club called Dream at the time. And my stylist was like, let's go to Dream. I was like, I'm tired. It was at the reunion. And so we went, and I ended up meeting him there. And I got drunk, my sister and I. And so we left early. So he didn't get to see us leave. We ended up with a boot on the car. So then he came out and paid for the boot to get off the car. He probably put the boot on the car. He was like, oh, she go on, boot that car. So anyway, it was a boot on the car. And so he came out, and again, I was drunk. So my friend let him put his number in my phone, and he called himself. So the next day, he hit me like, yo, this McKinley, you promised we were going to go out. I'm like, who?
I don't remember that.
I don't even know who this is.
Yeah, who said that? Okay, and so we did this whole I'm busy, you busy for a while, and then finally we had this lunch that I was telling y'all about after dish.
Lunch is a nice, safe thing to do, too, because it's not as big of a commitment as dinner for the first time you go out.
That's what it was. Because, at the time, by then I was telling him, look, I'm dating other people. I don't know when I'm going to be able to see you.
Damn.
And,
Damn, get on the schedule.
Yeah. I was like, hey, it is what it is. And he was like, forget that. I want to see you. He was like, I had dropped the pictures from reunion in the purple. So then he was like, oh, you look good in that purple. Let's meet after dish.
Oh, you put
right
that
down
purple
the
on. He was like,
Put
let's
that
meet right
purple
now.
on.
Let's meet right now. Where you at now?
The purple did it.
The purple did it.
Purple did it. Got me a husband, honey.
And you said you didn't leave him that day. That day, y'all stayed the whole day?
Stayed the whole day. It was crazy.
At the restaurant?
No. We left there.
Okay.
He said he had to stop by his club crew. Then he was like, oh, I need to stop by that crib.
Oh, I got to stop by the crib.
Yeah, I got to stop by the crib.
Come inside for a second. It's
Yes,
gonna be a
he was
minute.
like, come inside for a second. I got to get the, the alcohol from the bag.
So he kidnapped you.
Kidnapped me. For real. We sat there and we binge watched Family Feud.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And it lasted all night. We just laughing and talking, laughing. And what's so crazy is the purple dress that got his attention for sure is the same reunion that I claimed that I would marry someone and have a child at the same time.
Speaking into existence.
And this
Speaking
year's
into
reunion,
existence.
look at God.
Look at him.
Yes.
Sitting there pregnant with a ring on.
You know what's interesting though, because you have a national profile, but you said you limited it to just Atlanta. Like
Right.
you just finding a man in Atlanta. Why was it had to be specifically Atlanta?
Because when you're busy, it's got to be local. Like, I barely go out, you know what I'm saying? And when I go to bookings, I'm not about to talk to anybody at a
Right.
booking because you don't know if they a stalker or, something like that. So, really, it just had to be local. Yeah.
So you're getting married New Year's Eve.
Yes.
That's the plan. You know where and everything?
Well, Dennis wants to do a destination wedding. But, again, I'm from Georgia and all my family is here. So I want to do it here. So we probably got to figure that out, whether we're going to do it here or do it out.
So did you have to hit everybody after that first date and be like, look, all the people I'm dating, it's over, I'm taken, or do you just fade out?
It didn't work like that. So we had the first date. He told me he loved me.
The first day?
first
after
date?
The first date?
First night.
Oh, he was
You
going
fell
hard.
for that?
I
mean,
didn't
it worked,
fall
but
for it.
damn.
I didn't fall for it. I just thought, damn, he's drunk. He is really drunk. But he meant that, and so no, we didn't cut everybody off right then.
So y'all cuddled that night. If he said I love you, y'all cuddled.
Did y'all sleep with each other on the first night, Porsha?
Y'all
that
bumped
first
uglies.
date?
Okay, I'm
Y'all bumped
pregnant.
uglies.
I'm pregnant. I had a baby by him. We are engaged. Is it okay?
Yes,
so
it's
I don't
okay.
remember. I think we did.
They bumped uglies.
So y'all slept with each other on the first night. It's fine.
He said I love you.
It worked out.
absolutely.
We was bumping belly buttons.
There you go. All right, there you go. There you go.
So went down.
You sure you wasn't drunk?
Yes, we were
Okay.
drinking
He said yes.
too. Yeah, but we started drinking later on in the night.
Got
Okay.
you.
So, what was I telling y'all?
He was talking
That
about how
you
he
was
said
having
he
sex
loved
on the
you.
first night.
Oh yeah, so he told me
That's why he said he loves you.
He
Yeah.
told me
What
no,
did
no,
you do
no,
to him
no,
to make him say I love you?
no. He told
love
me.
you.
He told me he leaned over and told me he loved me after the 6th episode of Family Feud. This
Okay.
before we even went
What was
upstairs.
on that episode?
It
You
was
sure he
just-
wasn't solving a puzzle?
He leaned over. He was like, "I love you," and I looked down like he is crazy.
So you didn't say nothing back? Like,
No, I was just like,
Thank you.
"Oh, that's what's up." Like what?
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's
I
up.
said,
That's
that's
what's
what's up.
What was y'all drinking?
We were drinking something. Oh, Martell.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either.
cognac. That's cognac.
It had me lit because
Was
I'm
there-
a Hennessy drinker. So
Was there a copy of Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man lying around? Because Steve Harvey says that you should give women titles, tell them you love them.
well, he had all of it checked up on the list.
Lord
because
have mercy.
He got me then, but we still we didn't exactly cut everybody off right that second. It took like another week, and then we cut
Oh,
everybody
that's,
off.
okay, what about him?
And
What,
then
what
I got
did he have
pregnant a couple
going
weeks
on?
after that.
Because you had girls harassing you like, oh, I was just talking to him. Like,
Yeah, on the show. Well, those girls, they didn't know our timeline. And so when I got on Housewives, you're not going to come on Housewives and be like, so me and this dude just got together. You're going to be like, oh, we've been together on and off for this amount of time. So they didn't know our exact timeline of when we became monogamous. So they were coming up with their teeth thinking it bothered us. We were like, we don't care.
Right. We're good.
He had chicks and I was still dating. So that's not even when we figured it out.
Because I'm sure you had a guy that was probably staying at your house off and on. How did you kick him out?
She said she had a whole schedule.
I had a schedule. I did have a schedule, but they were not coming to my house. Okay. Like when a woman gets to the point to where she doesn't really care about dating, you're not coming to our house. We're not having sex. It's just you entertain different people throughout the day when you can. You just become like a real player.
Yeah, we know how it goes.
She said,
Okay, you just become like, when we become players.
If you single, you single.
You ain't hoeing, but you being a player.
So how you go from a player to being engaged?
She fell in love.
I fell in love.
After the first night?
Listen, Dennis and I were looking at rings within a couple weeks of being together because, okay, first of all, I'm 37. He's 38. When we met, we both knew what we wanted.
True.
I was tired of the street. He was tired of the street.
You said it on the reunion.
We both had ran around and had our fun.
You had your whole phases.
Yeah, we had, it's been deleted. It's been deleted. Okay, I have had a whole baby. I'm engaged.
You're right.
What else I got to do to get it deleted?
All right.
There you go.
Okay, it's gone. I'm Virgin Mary again. So, when you get to that point, and for me, like I said, I had just felt like, I'm not really concentrating on it. He wasn't either. We came together. We actually talked about on the first night, like, would you get married? It was like, yeah, I would get married. Why haven't you had kids? He's like, I ain't met nobody I wanted to have pregnant with my baby.
Wow.
And I was like, same thing for me. And so everything just lined up.
How amazing was the sex that night? That both of y'all, after looking at each other's eyes, talking about getting married.
There was a connection they had.
Sex.
I don't believe. So if he had a little pee-pee and the sex was whack, would you feel the same way?
No.
I don't necessarily mind a little pee-pee, but then it's just, don't
he
make me
doesn't.
tell these peaches what my man got. But our sober sex is just as good as our drunk sex. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Now, when your sober sex is just as good as your drunk sex, you got you one.
And y'all watch all that Family Feud. That's a great first date.
Bonding. Somebody, I'm telling you, these girls in Atlanta are walking around dating men who aren't seeing them. And when I got with Dennis, he saw me. Like, he was like, he just... It was like you meet somebody and they're supposed to be a part of your future. He immediately encouraged me when I talked about things I wanted to do in business. He just saw me. Like, I had been dating other guys who just saw this, you know what I'm saying, or whatever's on TV. He didn't give a damn about that. He
saw what was in here, in your brain.
Yeah, like we bonded like that. And he had a lot of tattoos and a bald head and a beard.
You said that's
So that's
all
your
I
type.
want.
Yes.
Family Feud, Martell, and seeing a woman. That's what it takes,
Now
guys.
let's talk about house stuff, okay? Because he moved into your house, and you want him to pay rent.
Well, yeah, he got to pay the mortgage.
See, now here's the thing. Okay, so pay the mortgage, not necessarily pay you rent, but just...
Well, it's called rent because his name is not on the deed. Yeah, he likes to call it rent. And I'm like, don't call it rent because that'll make you feel some type of way. Say you're paying a mortgage, but he don't like saying paying the mortgage because his name isn't on the deed.
Right, so you had to ask him. He didn't offer, like, let me take care of some of this.
Oh, no, he came right in with the check in hand. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of man he is. He didn't even want to move his stuff in until he hid.
And you didn't want to make space in the closet either.
It's hard. Like, I didn't really understand what I was doing until other people came and saw how we were living.
Right.
They were like, you got this man's stuff in the basement and your closet is right there for you. Like, he didn't make a big fuss about going downstairs, getting his clothes, bringing them up.
Yeah, I've been there.
So I didn't think it was that big of an issue.
That's the hardest part is sharing that closet.
Oh, my God.
I didn't want to do it.
Because I have so much stuff.
Yes, where am I put my stuff?
For real. So, but I did make space because at the end of the day, if you can snatch you up a good man, you want to make him comfortable. And like I told him in the show, it feels like you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't feel at home. And so even though I know a lot of women feel like, oh, you got that man living in your house, he's never going to feel like it's his. I feel like I can make him feel like it's his.
But he wanted to buy another house, and that's what it was.
Definitely.
You guys definitely were looking at other houses. He didn't want to have to live there. He wanted you guys to get a house together.
Yes.
And then he went and put a down payment.
Yes.
On a
and
house.
I didn't know.
And he didn't tell you?
No.
Uh-oh.
So we went to go see the house, and you know, I'm going to see the house basically to appease him.
Okay. So you didn't want to move.
You had no plans of moving out of your crib.
I did. I call myself compromising physically. Okay, mentally I wasn't really there. Okay. So I went to go see the house, and I told him it's a beautiful home. Y'all saw it. It's pretty, pool, whatever. I didn't mean necessarily like I love it, go buy it tomorrow, but he went and like put down a down payment, ready to buy it.
He thought he was doing something nice for you, though.
He did, but I didn't like that because I felt like at the end of the day, we got to communicate. This is already starting off. No.
I agree.
We got to communicate.
Yeah, that's a huge decision.
Yeah, even if it is your money, it's something you want me to live in for our family. We got to talk about it.
So did y'all wind up buying it?
No. But we didn't, but because it ended up being like a party house or whatever. It was the house what's the Young Thug?
Yeah.
That was his own.
As soon as you walk in, there's a bar.
The bar is right there. And you know, I think once PJ actually got here, I think it sunk into him that where would our baby be? Like it's a pool in the middle of the house. Like, so I think it just
that's gonna be popping when he turned 13.
Man, he was imagining all kind of booty parties up in that house. I'm like, you're gonna lose your wife in this house because I can't be held accountable. You know, if we have certain crazy parties in this house. So I'm like, okay, let's get a real family home.
Did y'all find one? Y'all found a home?
We're still looking.
Okay.
We're still looking, and I am genuinely considering moving. If we find something that is nice. You know, I'm used to like a bigger home because I live outside of the city. If we could find something like that, I would move.
I'm shocked you still got a mortgage. All that money you making?
Oh, yeah, I ain't paid it off yet.
Oh.
You want to
it's
invest your money
expensive.
into other things. You don't want to pay the whole thing at once.
Yeah,
sometimes.
not all at once. But I did pay it all the way down. My mortgage is like barely anything. Like I can afford my mortgage with one of my jobs. And that was a big accomplishment for me. You know what I'm saying?
No, paying off your mortgage is a decision. Like some people want to do it because they don't like that debt, but some people don't do it because you want to have access to that chunk of money you would have spent to do other things and invest.
Yeah, it's sitting in investment, but the goal is to pay it off. But for right now, I definitely, wanted to pay it down enough so I could just afford it, even if nothing else worked out. If y'all didn't call me to come on here, I wanted to still be able to pay my mortgage.
Now, did you ever think you would get married again?
I definitely knew I would probably get proposed to because, guys just do stuff like that. But I didn't think that I would say yes. Like, it didn't seem like after I had the baby, it's become more apparent to me that I really, really, really want to get married. You know what I'm saying? Like, I loved him. I want to get married before the baby. But now it's like, okay, we need to be a family.
Right.
Yeah. But before him, I just really didn't care. I was like, cool. As long as I get a baby, I'm good.
Do you have anxiety about marriage, though? Like, okay, the first one didn't work out. Are you scared the second one could have the same fate?
You know what? I don't think I have anxiety. But it manifests itself anytime we talk about prenup, stuff like that.
Ooh.
Yeah, because then I get very protective and I get very, what he said, selfish, But and when I talk to other people, they pointed out to me that, Porsha, that's just you feeling like you got to hold on to everything because of your ex.
Right.
If I hadn't gone through that, I would be way more open, whatever. But
I saw your ex wrote a book, too. Did you pay attention to it? Cordell, didn't he write a book? Yeah.
What would you do different in this relationship?
In this relationship, well, the tables are turned. Are we still talking about prenup or relationship-wise?
Relationship-wise.
Relationship-wise, I would not change a thing. I honestly, in my heart, I genuinely feel like the blessings that I'm receiving is because of the type of wife that I was. My prayer I always prayed and how I always encouraged myself in a bad marriage was, just be a good wife to him because your covenant is with God at the end of the day. And as long as you don't worry about what he's doing, he could be an asshole, whatever, but you made a promise to God that you would be with this man and you would be a good wife to him. So I never cheated. I always still cooked, still this, still that. So the blessings I have is because of that. So why would I change? So I just always said, the man that I get with, he got to be worth it because I'm a good wife. And so with Dennis, I know I can still be that good wife to him, give him that power, and he won't use it against me. He's not going to become like controlling, etc. So I can be more submissive and loving and open to him.
So what about the prenup stage?
Well, we got to do that. That's just business.
Yeah.
Because like I said, tables are turned. Before, I didn't have my eyelash coming off.
Go ahead, take it off. There you go, Paul. I don't know why you got them eyelashes on so early in the morning anyway.
Because, they just open your eyes up. They just open it up. But, so, what were you asking me?
The prenup.
The prenup.
You got to do the prenup. You know, my last marriage, I didn't not that I didn't have anything, but he was the popular one. He was a, football player, very known, etc. So, of course, he presented me with one. But now it's different. You know, I've accomplished some things that I want to protect as well. And, you know, if we're going to do business, you got to do business.
How did Dennis feel about that?
He's the one who brought it up at first.
Okay.
Him and his mom.
Yeah, his mom actually brought it up.
It wasn't even him, actually. It was his mom who brought it up. So, you know, and sometimes listen, prenups put a little wrench in the relationship for a minute.
It does.
Because when you do a prenup, at first, you're all in love, it's giggly, it's cute. But when you do a prenup, I have to position myself as protecting myself. You have to position yourself. So that's separating yourselves. So it's like living in a house with somebody who you are like hardcore negotiating with.
How did Mama come up to you? How did Mama have that conversation
Mama
with you?
ain't have no problem. It was my first time meeting Mama Gina.
First time?
First time. On her birthday, by the way. I had just bought her a Louis Vuitton wallet. And she was like, so y'all gonna do a prenup?
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I think I spit out my red wine or whatever. And but you know, I don't know what type of women he used to date. Maybe he used to date women who ain't had none.
Right.
And so she had to be concerned about that.
Sound like she was being protective of him.
Yeah, she had to worry about that. But you know, slowly but surely she's seen, you know, Porsha got a couple things going on.
Porsha got a coin.
You popping.
Well, your prenup,
that prenup is good for you.
We haven't started working on it yet.
Okay.
So we were supposed to work on a prenup before baby PJ was born. But it can be stressful. And while I was pregnant, I didn't want to deal with no stress.
Right.
So I was like, let's wait. So now we're about to start working on it like within the next week or two.
How stressful was the show while you were pregnant? Because there were a lot of things happening with you and Nene having your falling out and all of that. So how did that make you feel? Because that can't be easy.
It's hard because at first, when I first told everybody I was pregnant, everybody was happy. You know what I'm saying? It seemed they were genuinely happy. So when you start to see people's true colors, that's hurtful. You know what I'm saying? So I think I started caring more about the relationships while I was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Just being more emotional. So it really did hurt me to be battling with people.
Yeah, you and Nene had a back and forth on Instagram.
Yeah, and she sent me a cease and desist.
What was the back and forth about for people that don't know?
I don't even remember. She congratulated you, but you said she
was
did.
fat shaming you.
Yeah, she had. Well, I have to speak very generally. But she had some type of YouTube show, and she was talking about me saying I made up. Saying that I recorded something previously to put on the show to make her look bad about like saying she pulled my belt or something. And I defended myself, and then she texted me and then cussing me out, and then we got into it. And then I put the text messages out. And then she put text messages out.
And what was the cease and desist for?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
that's why I sent her one back, because I was like, that's stupid. So I'm about to send you one back.
You're just going to spend money to waste money.
Let's just do this then.
Let's go back.
Y'all cool now?
Let's just play. No, we're not cool now.
Never going to be cool, probably?
You know, I really never say never, but it was a toxic relationship. Damn near like we were dating. Like it's just toxic.
Yeah.
And now that I'm a mom, you know, I used to indulge in toxic relationships. You know, I'm about the drama. I've been on a reality show. This is what we do, right? But when you become a mom, you don't even want that energy. I don't even want to fuss with you online and then pick up my daughter.
Right.
Like, I don't even want that at all. So if that's what you bring in, then I don't want to be a part of it.
I read that they wanted you guys to start filming earlier than you were supposed to.
Yes, they do.
Just because of the beef.
It may be because of that. It may be because of that.
Is.
Or it could be because of Kenya. You know, I don't know.
What's up with Kenya?
Well, if she comes back, you know, so my baby's brand new, and so everybody hasn't met her yet, so we got to do a little sip and see. But I don't know. When they start filming early, something is sizzling.
Yeah, there's something going
on right now. They cannot wait until July. So we're going to see what that is. I don't know.
So is Nene coming back for sure?
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't see why she wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, unless.
What about Phaedra? Would you want Phaedra to come back?
I think Phaedra would be good to come back. I mean, at the end of the day, we want the show to be successful, right? And I think we shook it up last season and people enjoyed Eva, people enjoyed Shamari. But I think it's also good to bring back people who have a history with the other girls. And we don't want the same arguments, but we want to see growth. So I think it'd be good for her to come back, have a conversation with the people she need to have a conversation with, and move on.
But what if they don't want to? Like Candy said it was a rumor that she would leave if Phaedra came back.
I don't never want to have these conversations, but that's what reality TV is. You have the conversations that you would normally push under a rug, and you have to have them, you know? So, and it works for the entertainment for the fans, But in reality, it does work for our relationships. Because just like with Dennis and I on our show, a lot of stuff we would not have dealt with while I was in my third trimester. But you deal with them, and we got through them before the baby got here.
So how fun is it to watch the show, right? Porsha's having a baby while the baby's here now.
Yeah.
So to look back at like all that time, like you're doing the casting and all of that, the belly. Is it fun for you to watch those things and look at the arguments that y'all had to see where you are today?
It is. And, normally with a different guy, it wouldn't be fun. Because they would be self-conscious of how they look to other people when we argue or whatever. But Dennis, he gets this. He gets what this TV is. I always tell him when we film stuff, especially the season of Housewives, it was hard when Candy and I were going at it because he was like, people saying stuff about me or whatever. I will always say, you know what we filmed. You know we still together. So just worry about the end. Don't let the people say what they're going to say in the comments. They're going to say, F you, F me, I'm crazy, I'm selfish, whatever. But at the end of the day, we had a beautiful baby and we still together.
Because he's not used to that. He
Hell
wasn't
no,
used to that.
He's a very private person. Like, I can't even believe that he got on the camera at all. Like, when he first started filming Housewives, each time he would film, he'd be like, I ain't doing this shit no more. I'm not doing it. Like, I would have to, beg him every time, babe, come on, Because I didn't want what happened to Kenya to happen to me.
What happened with her, for people that don't know?
I felt like maybe something happened with her not showing her relationship that they didn't like that. So I always
definitely didn't like that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they wanted. Yeah.
Who is they?
We love people.
The
People love
producers
the producers.
Okay.
People love us. They follow our journey. So it's just we almost owe it to them.
Right.
And if you don't show that, they'll be like, y'all got to get off the show.
I wouldn't say that because I don't make those decisions, but it just would seem fairer.
They would lessen your TV time, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
They have the power to do that.
Absolutely.
Right.
You and Candy got the weirdest relationship, though. It's just like
Is it weird?
Because a couple months ago, you were saying she didn't congratulate you on the pregnancy.
Right.
But now you're saying you're getting advice from her about parenting.
Because people can change, Charlamagne.
True. That is true.
They can change. And I think she made a decision to change, and she has stuck to it. Like, honestly, if she was fake about it, I would sit here and tell y'all she fake about it because I don't like fake. But it's real. Like, she literally texts me to make sure I'm good. She sent a whole gang of gifts for PJ for the baby shower. And we just rebuilding. I mean, she's a mom too.
Right.
I mean, and when somebody have a baby, you don't want to keep beefing with them because she know what I'm going through. Like, right after you have a baby, your hormones are everywhere. You can easily go into postpartum depression. So other moms know that. So they are going to be easy on you. They're going to be as supportive as they can because they know you're going through it.
What's the worst thing you heard, right after your pregnancy, when you was going through all of that? Because, the rumor mill's still going. So what's the worst thing you heard?
About me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about me that's bad. I mean, I ain't heard nothing bad.
Are you guys going to do a wedding special?
I don't know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You might as well get the
They
money.
did a baby special,
If
they
the
did a
money-
wedding
You have
special,
to.
a honeymoon
If the
special.
money there to
You
get,
get
why
all that
not?
money.
You know what? I would love to do a wedding special.
There you go.
Because I'm that one. I'm the one of the show. I love people to follow my journey. Like, y'all don't understand when we go through stuff. When people leave comments on Instagram or wherever, we see them and they really do encourage us.
Right.
Like, people saw my journey of they didn't know they know I had lost a child, so now they know I have one. They're so encouraging. Like, so why not? Let
Absolutely.
them see the whole process.
What made you want to share that experience to begin with? Just because you just like to share it with the world?
Which one?
Of being a mother?
I wanted to share it because, I had a lot of women, when I talked about having fibroids, a lot of women talked to me and was like, I'm glad you spoke about it. I hadn't gone to check. I went to check. I had some, got them removed. For some reason, Black women do not talk about fibroids that much.
And we get them more than everybody.
Oh, my God. Like, when I talked about having fibroids, close family members were like, oh, well, I had some too. I'm like, why the hell you ain't tell me? Because I could have gotten checked before I had the miscarriage, and I probably wouldn't have had a miscarriage. So, it's also kind of like, being an activist.
Right.
When you talk about stuff like that.
Yeah, it affects Black women a whole lot more than any other race.
Yeah, and like I said, my baby now, since I was able to have her and she's healthy, she's my rainbow baby. When you have a baby after, losing one, she's the one that made it. She is the rainbow at the end of the rainy day. And so, of course, I want to share that.
We look forward to seeing more of it.
Yeah.
And how does your side of the family get along with your fiance's side of the family? Is it all good?
So
Especially being that it happened so fast.
That's the thing. That's what was going on during the baby special, because we got together fast, we got pregnant fast, and so that, of course, that meant with his mom and my mom, they had to be together more.
They were like, we do not want to break things up because of the moms.
Yes.
That would be a shame for this to not work out.
Yeah, there you quote Mama Diane. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're still getting to know each other. Let's just feel like
What's the problem?
They're working well together for baby PJ and for me and Dennis, but they're still getting to know each other.
Okay.
You can't just throw them in there like, my mama loves me, she goes hard, and Dennis's mom goes harder. Okay,
Gotcha.
For Dennis.
Gotcha.
So when you get them together,
have y'all gotten into a fight yet with the family there? Or
yes, they have.
And they jump in.
You know, I always say, let's not fight in front of them, but I just blurt out with stuff. So we'll be talking about something, and then me and him will get into it, and they'll be sitting there, and they have opinions. Mm-hmm. But my thing is with Mama Gina, her opinions always are on the side of him, and I'm like, you'll never see my side. Like, what about my side? So
he seems like he caters to you a lot, though.
Yeah, he does.
I feel like he does.
He does.
Which is nice. It's sweet.
Yeah, he does. He's sweet. He understands me and he caters to me, but he's really close with his mom. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he's a mama's boy.
That's what that means, though. He's a mama's boy.
Yeah, but it's just like, see, I know what could happen in a marriage if you let other people in it. You know, because I've been there, done that. He hasn't. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to like teach them in a way that it has to be just us. Even me, I got to teach myself. Like, when we go through stuff, I try hard not to tell my mom. The first person you want to call when you argue with your spouse is your mama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's your comfort.
Then y'all make up, and then your mom's like...
And then she still feels some type of way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's so hard for me not to tell my mom everything we go through, but it's going to pay off. It's the best thing.
What about your sister and your friends? I know they had to be like, nigga, you tripping. You just met this man.
But they can hide it better. Mamas can't hide it. Yeah. Friends can hide it. Like, my sister can sit right there and be like, I can't stand your ass. Mm-hmm. And still, enjoy the day and turn up and have shots. Mm-hmm. But
I feel like your friends were also supportive of him, because they even would tell you, like, they will kind of check you when they feel like you're not being fair to him.
For some reason, everybody takes Dennis's side. I don't really get it. Like my friend Shamia, she's like, you're being selfish. You got this man all the way here in Duluth. He want to be in the city. So I don't know. They helping me come around to his side of things.
All right.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank y'all for having me.
And when is the next special come on?
Every week.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday,
on
what
Sunday.
Time?
8, 7 Central.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. It's Porsha. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.